Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is India and today I'm going to be gardening. I'm really going to be focusing on my rose bushes today, starting some seeds and planting a rose bush that I just bought from Home Depot. So come along with me while I do that. So this first rose I got it came as a set of 2 at Costco for $16.99, and I bought this in February. I didn't plant it until early March, and it said you should start your roses when it's cold out, and that way once it's warmer months it'll be more established and have a better root system. So that's when I did plant them in March. It is now May, and I followed the instructions. I use rose tone as a fertilizer. So you just dig a deep hole, put your fertilizer at the bottom, mix it up a little bit with the soil, and then just make sure that you cover it really good. And I just added hay on top. So this week I did fertilize it again. So I fertilized it twice. And it tells you to fertilize it each month during the growing season. This here is the other one that came in the pack, and they both were bare roots, so they didn't really have leaves or anything on them, and they're doing really well, so I'm happy about that. So I haven't really had to prune them, but anytime I see any stems that look similar to that, where it's kind of like brown or it looks like it's dying or anything, I'll just prune it because I don't know if it's disease or not. So this right here is the new rose bush that I just bought from Home Depot. It was the brand Vigoro, I believe, and on the card it looked like it's like a reddish color, but it actually bloomed to be like a neon pink orange, which was really pretty. It was the Ring of Fire was the type of rose bush it was. And I think I paid $25 for it. And it was really pretty once it bloomed. It was like really big and just, it was really pretty. So I'll insert a video or picture of what it looked like when it bloomed. And then this is a knockout rose bush. This one I actually gifted my mom for Mother's Day. But I do plan on getting 2 for my front yard because I just think they're just so pretty. I see them all over. I did have 2 of them that my mom gave me, but they did not survive through the winter. They ended up dying, so I ended up putting that Ring of Fire rose bush in one of the spots that I had the knockout rose bush, and I plan on getting another rose bush and putting it in that other spot that I had the other knockout rose bush. The rose is in its final spot, and because this was an established rose, with the rose tone fertilizer, it tells you to add a little bit of the fertilizer in the hole and then also in the drip line. So that's basically like the top of, once it's already in and you put the dirt on top, you just kind of just move some of the soil back and then add the fertilizer. And that's what I did. I didn't add a whole lot of fertilizer in the actual hole because, like I said before, the knockout rose bush was there and I had given that one fertilizer. So I didn't want to overdo it with that. And the best time to transplant your rose bushes or really any flowers is in the evening so that they don't endure a lot of stress from the sun, and just making sure that you water it really well for the next couple of weeks until it gets really established in that area. For me, I didn't have to water it as much because we ended up getting a huge amount of rain. So I was lucky with that, and it's doing really well. This is my wildflower garden, my wildflower garden slash pollinator garden. And so before I had like zinnias and marigolds in this area, but they either got eaten or my brother weed whacked them because he cuts my grass. And nonetheless, they're gone. So what I have here now is, I just planted these today, these are painted daisies here that I started back in March, and those are there. Actually, I started those in April, I believe, but they're there, and there's 2 of them. And then I planted these the same time that I planted the rose bush that I recently just bought. And I can't remember the name of this plant, but I got this from my mom's garden. She dug some up and gave them to me. They kind of already went through their bloom. I don't know if it's going to bloom again because it does have these like things on them. So I'm not sure if those are blooms or not. And then I also planted some nasturtiums right here and right here, and I'm hoping that the bunnies do not eat them. I know that they say that they eat them. I've Googled literally everything that I want to plant over here, the bunnies will eat. So those are there, and I'm hoping that they survive. And then I have this is a black-eyed Susan, which is looking pretty good. It does look like it's been chewed on. I'm not sure by what, but it just was weed whacked about a week ago, and it's popped back up, and it looks pretty good to me. And then that's the Shasta Daisy, and that's the Shasta Daisy. Same thing happened to them, and they pop back up. So I'm happy that they are still there. And then in these 2 patches I have dill that I directly sowed here. This is the second time I put dill seeds down. I don't know if my dogs or something else like scratched it up. Probably my dog, because I put fish fertilizer there, and you know, anything stinky they just are attracted to. So I re-sowed those here, and then I also had some over here. I didn't put any new seeds here because it wasn't really bad. Like it didn't really seem like they dug it up that much over here. So I just kind of like kept watering it, and I'm hoping that some of the seeds do pop up, which I do think. I don't know if this is grass. I feel like that's grass, but I feel like I do see little seedlings maybe coming up. So I'm hoping that pops up there, because they said there's a taproot. So I didn't want to transplant it because they said that they'll likely die because they are very sensitive to being transplanted. So the best thing to do is just to directly sow them. So I'm hoping that at least 1 or 2 will pop up and will actually be fully grown. And then I have my hydrangea bush here, and those look like they're gonna bloom. And I have another one over here, and then These just got planted about a month ago, and they're doing pretty good over here. And this area receives a lot of sun, but it does get afternoon shade, so I think that's perfect for these to not get scorched since they are seedlings. This right here is my climbing rose bush, and it's doing pretty decent now. I put a tomato cage around it because my dog kept stepping on it and causing the stems to break. So I just put that around it to prevent him from doing that. And I did plan on putting a mesh net over top of it to stop the aphids from attacking it, but they're pretty persistent. I do go out there and hose it down, but it's still getting attacked. So if you have any suggestions, please let me know down below in the comments. But overall, I'm pretty happy about how it looks because it did start from bare root and it's doing pretty well.